All right, welcome back everyone. This is where we're at so far. Got our sort of foundation base thing in there. Lights going. I'm still, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some modifying on this to make the battery box fit behind the wall here to obscure it slightly at least. I didn't get the glass out to see, but I've got this thing pretty much as big as I can make it as far along this edge here, so it doesn't seem to be intent on going in. So without any, here's all your quick look at all the other things. I don't think I built any of these yesterday, so it's no vast improvement, just a bunch of teeny tiny pieces. Like I say, there's a penny for scale. But so I'm gonna go ahead and before we get started on the build proper and see if I can do something here. I think the appropriate tool for this would be a flathead screwdriver, because I'm about to try and break some super glue and see, hopefully just on one side. Okay, well that seemed to work. I think it's loose down there, so I didn't think it would go that easily. So I'm going to just get my snips in, try and break it off to the side. Yeah, I think that might have done exactly what I wanted to. Get that one out of there, and we still got the effect of this bridge across there, so that's good. And of course that also broke that free, but now, okay, it's still not fitting. Okay, it's just barely hitting on. Okay. Oops. Yeah. I think I got that one little piece of the frame sticking up. I think I can get that to go away. I think it'll fit then. Okay, so get that in there, and I'll get some two-sided tape or something to sort of hold that, so I get the so you won't see it from the outside. Like I say, I'll have something to do it, hopefully hold it like that. So I should probably do a little more, and since I've got this, I think I've just had a little bit of inspiration. Let me see here, see if I can get, totally not the right tool for this job, but see if I can, I'm gonna pop this off right there. And what I'm gonna try and do, slide this in here to act as a spacer so I can get a little bit firmer glue on that existing part, I think. Be a lot easier to do if I hadn't installed this other stuff. But I think that if I can just get this go in right there, and I can glue the top corner there, and it'll be a much more solid fit. So that's the plan for that part. If I can get it to come back out now. Okay. So, like I say, this is going to have that lid right on top of it anyway, so I think that shouldn't be showing much. Yeah. So let's see what happens with that. This detour has turned into much more of a detour than I thought it was going to be. And those wires still getting in the way. Okay, so clean off my brush. As usual, get as little glue as possible on there. I'm going to use that for the top because it's just cleaner. On there. And get you flush. And it's not wide enough because it's still may have to do another layer. Okay. Squeeze that for a second. Okay. Well, the wires might be in the way down there. Hang on. That could be my issue. Okay, the wires are actually still glued. Yeah, I made it too tall. That's okay. So I can get one more layer out of it. Okay. Let's see here. Same sort of thing. Get a little bit on there. Slide it down in there. Make sure you're over and well, actually, I'm just not even gluing it yet. I'm just gluing the two smaller pieces together. But there was enough overspill, it looks like. Okay. Now this one, well, like I said, I hadn't got the glue on there yet, so glue right there on that piece. 2 coats. Move back together. All right. Okay. Now that's solid. And I barely don't have room for my battery box. Okay. Let me see if I can just... I can't believe I haven't broken these things, the doors off yet. Well, I just broke it free. It looks like that ought to be big enough. Okay. So I can squeeze that by... Actually, I'll have to figure out something to hold it back there. But otherwise, I think that's going to work. Like I say, I just maybe a little dab of two-sided tape right in there, sort of hold it over to that side, because I don't think I'm ever going to replace the batteries on this thing. But like I say, just like a teeny little bit piece of two-sided tape, I think there's a good surface right there to put it on. Make sure I didn't break any of those or cause any shorts. Okay, they're all still working. Okay. Okay, now I think I'm ready to move on with the actual build now. So, where was I? Page 12? 11, no, I did 11 and 12, so it's up to ready for 13. Okay. Alright, so I'll gather up some pieces for 13 and be right back with that. Okay, as you can see, we got plenty to install on this step, so that'll be fun. Get to actually put all these pieces in place, it seems. But we start off back here decorating the back side with these posters here. Looks like I think they're the same. Yeah, there's multiple of the same poster, so there's a couple of different ones, but they're both all basically the same, it looks like. Let's see here. But I did go the trouble of numbering them, so according to the directions, this one goes about here. So I think I'm gonna stick with the old Gorilla Super Glue. Yes. I'll clean it off as much as I can, because I say it won't take much to make these guys stick. As a matter of fact, I bet, yeah, I can do it. And there's probably too much on there right now. Here, just sort of like that. Get a little pressure and alright. And then go to the next one, see which one we get. Here. I think you're supposed to be 34. Which one's 34? You can't be 34 because there is no 34. So you must be 30. So you're supposed to be over on this side. Let's try to touch on there like that this time. And I say they're supposed to be sort of crooked and everywhere, so it's going to be plastered all over everything, I think. You're 31. You go sort of down underneath. Right onto my leather. Like so. Next one for 28. You go up the top. I'm gonna want you to go like that. I'm going sort of the other direction from them. And 29. Okay, you're supposed to sort of cover up 28 a little bit. So let's sort of do maybe like that. And this one should be this isn't going to go over on the other side because I'm running out of space on this side. So just couple of light touches. I'm going to do you. There. I think the light's a little too bright for this. Let me. This thing got a good. Oh, I'm stuck all over everything, so that's cool. Alright, I just got the lovely, slightly low batteries message on my screen, so let me change my battery, and I'll be right back, and we'll start installing all the doodads on the front section. I don't think I'm going to use a super glue for this. I believe I'll swap over to one of the rubber cement type glues, but I'll be right back and we'll get that going. Okay, fully charged up, and we're going to be starting to put things on this side. It's going to be heavy enough to pull these wires out of the way. Yeah, cool. Right. Got a pretty good, let's see if I can get everything a little bit tighter now. Okay, there you go. Okay, so we're supposed to start with the bookcase, the magic table, the magic broom, the medicine bowl, so basically everything, treasure chest, and our little clock. Oh, got you out of frame. Okay, so let's move these out of the way so they're not distracting us. Not looking forward to putting that chain on. Okay, let's see, get this a little bit better centered. And looks like the bookcase goes furthest to the back. I think I'm going to use the old Beacon Advanced Craft Glue 3-in-1. I went to all the trouble. Well, I did go to all the trouble of cleaning that thing out. Now it seems like I've got it's clogged up again. Alright, let's see how good or bad it is. Let's see, do I have... see if I can water around in here, see if I can find some. Okay. I think I got it cleared out. Okay, so I just start off with the old bookshelf. Just excessive bead across the bottom. It's back in this general area. I'm gonna go like that. And then our magic table. And after that, I think I'm going to resign the Beacon 3-in-1 and move back to the old B7000. Grab this thing just because it seems to have some back pressure issues with it's always leaking out, dribbling. Get the nozzle clean off. Okay, so a little magic hat. And in there. They're supposed to be sort of. Looks like they're. Actually, looks like it might be sort of like that. And I do not know why all my glues seem to have incredible back pressure, so they all just ooze out constantly. But then I'm going to go to the magic, or the medicine bowl, and just try and hit the feet on these things. Not a lot of surface area there. Sort of drop you in place there. Strings everywhere. And then the treasure chest goes over here. So dab on the bottom and just sort of there. Make sure, trying to make sure all my little details are still showing between the books and the handles on the medicine chest and But yeah, okay. Our broom is supposed to sort of lean in here onto the medicine chest, sort of between the bookshelf. And that's just ridiculous. I mean, I'm not squeezing it or anything. You okay? I'll put this back in here and get you to spin a little bit. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to block the view of my books. Okay. Now our little clock guy. Like I said, I'm getting sort of wishing I had other options. Looks like this stuff is going everywhere. And just sort of pull out the back of it and try and just plop it in place. All right, and that's the first. Oh, and our chain. That's supposed to be for our watch. And of course, these are magnetized. Let's see if I can find some. I got some plastic tweezers here. I'm not looking forward to using. Now I'm going to put dab right there on top of where the watch is, and then dab up here. Hopefully be able to string it between those two. A little bit of luck. And drop it in there and let it hang over the back. And from the front, that looks okay if it's down into the glue, which I think it is on both of those. Okay. Now, take our magic box is next, and it goes over in this section. Stick with the, let's see. Like that. And then our envelopes go here. I'm not sure that magic box is glued down. Found out quick enough. It doesn't feel like it's got any. Okay, maybe a little bit. I guess I'll throw some beacon on there and make sure I got a good glob so it'll connect. Okay, I felt that going in, so that's good. And now. Okay. Now we're supposed to put our magic shelf on. I'm thinking next. A good base under there for that to be stuck with. So. We'll stick you. Not, it's not cooperating. Okay. There it goes, I think. I think that looks pretty okay. Now, okay, that's evidently a magic shelf. And then the fireplace is what they're calling our Hedwig situation here. Couple of beads on there. Sort of put you here. Then our books go one of them here. This is the one. And the other one on top of that one. Okay. Now our candlestick goes next to looks and next to I'm actually gonna move it over here just because I got a little more room to play with there. And then the scroll is supposed to sort of go up onto the books. I think I've got quite enough room for it. And just oozing glue constantly there. Let's see. I can do a little twist in it maybe, make a little more. Okay. That was just pure luck. That I think that's going to be a good situation for it. Yeah. See, I didn't touch it. It's gluing, oozing out. Okay, so let's see. It'll be something through here. There, maybe some over here. Sort of hit it everywhere, trying to find somewhere that'll stick. Not there. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right. And that is 13. It looks pretty busy there, doesn't it? But we are actually going to be able to set it aside for the next page while we work on the lid, so that'll give time for it to dry. But before I move on, not technically part of 13, but I've got my two-sided tape here, so I'm going to go ahead and pop me off a piece of this and secure that battery box right now. I know that can't sound good, sorry. Hope you weren't wearing headphones. But, and this is the really good stuff. So it's going to take next to nothing. I'm just going to do that much of a sliver of it. And that might be excessive. Well, that's not good. Wasn't supposed to peel yet. Okay. I guess I will though. Okay. Let's see if I can do the don't need these on anymore, aren't working. Okay, so these two. Okay. Get you out that far. Oop. I think it's okay. Okay, that's the worst taping job I've ever done, I think. Down. Okay. I think that's gonna hold it in place. Lights still work. And all right. So now I think I am truly done with page 13. So we will move on to 14. I think all the little doodads look pretty good there. All right. Right back with that. Okay. Components for our lid ready to go together. I am confused by this situation. I don't know why they didn't make some of the things that go together and form nice strong bonds, but they instead went with the just slap it on there and let it wiggle around. So it's going to be, I guess we're just eyeballing this. Try and get it straight up, but like that, and do it on the other side. So this is obviously a super glue situation. I'm going to double check, make sure these are all the same thing, because they do have different numbers, but they are all identical. Okay, so we do want them like that to start with, so let me hit this guy. And let's see, I guess just what is the that look bad. A little extra here and there. Okay. Maybe this won't be too bad. Let's go. Okay. Once again, a little extra to wipe away there. Not too bad all said and done though. I can't imagine trying to do this with like a regular glue. Alright. Now we got this little structure going. supposed to take B22 and I'm gonna go. This goes in to the point where it should be. Yeah, all those are sort of almost on the edge. It's sort of there and there, they're all sort of almost touching the edge of the thing, and it gets us clearance at the bottom. So that's how it seems it's supposed to go. So I'm gonna stick with the old super glue. Let's do a little bit through there, just straight across the middle. I think I'll stay away from the edges. I'll hit all of the arms. And ease you in. And pressure. Alright, and okay, so we got that thing going. Now, supposed to do sort of a dry fit on this, evidently. This and this. I guess supposed to make them look even all the way. Well, easier said than done to hold it steady. For me, anyway. That looks about even all the way around. At least on what I'm seeing. So, yeah. Do a line around the edge. So now you know where to stick the pieces. That may not be perfect, but I think it's perfect enough. It's like this side and this side's not exactly centered, but as long as you get the, I think as long as you get the hole centered in there, you should be good, because I think that's where the power switch goes. Alright. And then supposed to stick it down. Wait a second. Oh, okay. Wait a second. I see what I did. I was supposed to put these little blocks go on there to mark the center of that, evidently. That should still be doable. I can find out how right or wrong I was. Okay, so. On the edge there. Let's see, just for kicks, and drops in there, and appears I was off by about that much. If that's to be believed. Let's go. Same thing over here. It's got a little wiggle room in it, so I think... I don't understand why they wanted me to draw the circle around it if it's going to have those things in there to fit it anyway. How does that look on the other side? Pick it up with those things in place. Yeah, I think I was going to use the super glue for that, but evidently we're putting it in. Okay, so we're just doing this top section for right now, but you can use, yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is hit the super glue on the top section, but I'm still going to leave the bottom section in place to help me get everything centered in place. Yeah, use the super glue again. Get a fair amount there. Just spread it out a little bit. Hope there's enough. A few in. And hold you down and pop this out. Oh, the spots. Okay. That's actually pretty close to that original line I put on. But let's see, that side stuck in. Glue there. Now, bring this guy in. And the power switch goes up and through there. I think all the way, feed it all the way through where it can get that lip back down. Okay, and that is going to be fairly flush with that little block in there. And that's where page 14 ends and 15 begins, which I'm going to go ahead and do tonight. So right back with 15. Okay, right where we left off. Like I say, what we're supposed to do, seems, is run this wires in there, drop that other block in, and it should, yeah, it'll be flush down there, and everything, and actually, yeah, it's pretty close to centered, and so we're gonna, and that's gonna be well, that's gonna hold it good place. All right, so turn you off and pop you up and get you loaded down with some glue. And just spread it out a little bit, trying to stay close to the middle. And, oh, get in there. There he goes. And hold you in place to make sure it's got it in right. Pressure. Okay. I think this is going to be all right. Okay, now we got this situation over here. So, yeah, that switch feels good and secure in there, or it will. Once I put a couple of drops of glue on those blocks and glue the switch down to it. And okay, well, now it's in place. Didn't glue the switch closed. Seems to be sturdy and ready. All right. And now they totally skipped the part where we uh-oh. I think I see an issue, but I'm not going to panic quite yet. No, this is going to the front. Okay. But anyway, they skipped the part where we put it in the jar, but it just sort of suddenly appeared in the jar. So I guess I'll get the jar out. All right. Okay. So this down in there. Nice fit. Looks good from the outside. Cool. And then already supposed to have tucked these wires down. Or in, or okay, and that's that little door is not going to stay. I can already feel it. Okay, so let's just ease y'all down in there. How well those look? Okay. There's not much light there, so that's going to be okay. Let's see, this goes. Let's see, we're still trying to just wedge the wires down between our walls there. The white wires are going to show up much better than the dark ones. Okay, well, that's that. And like I said, those wires are still causing us issues. I'm very tempted to shorten them and splice them. I'm going to shorten them and splice them because those things have been in my way far too long. They're still actively holding up the... Give it one more try to tuck in here. The head. Because it's actively popping, it's actually holding up the... Okay, so I'm going to take a couple inches out of that. Hang on a second. Let me grab some tools to get this job done. Okay, I very well may be trading one problem for another, but I'm feeling like I need to be destructive at this point. This thing's giving me enough grief. So there to I'll take about that much out, I think. And here you go. Making a circuit, it shouldn't matter which one's which. We'll find out. I guess. Yeah, of course, I don't have actual strippers, and somebody just gave me a tip on how to strip something, but I don't have a cigarette lighter either. Okay, yeah, stuff's thin enough where that worked. Okay, just to going on it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't have to leave it in there. Okay, I may have to go. Okay, there it went. Okay, and here. And a little more. Okay. Now, so those guys up, make sure they stay together. And run my. I may just be swapping one problem for another, but this makes me feel better. Together and put the solder over the joint, and hope I don't set. Shit, I've got the shield in, so it should be all right. Solder is loosened. Most of the insulation went in. A little warm there. Not too bad. Okay. Obviously, I just need to lay it down. Just looked over and saw I didn't have it zoomed in for all that. But yeah. It's a little bit shorter. It may have made this one a little bit too short, but I think, okay. Don't have to be fancy with it, just still works. Okay. Of course it did. I've never had any doubt. Let's see. These things were supposedly to be used as electrical tape, so it's, I think, low enough voltage where it shouldn't be an issue anyway. But just wrap that. Couple of strips of that. Keep it together, hopefully. Okay. So one fancy one and one janky one. Let's go back to business. So, Get it down in there. And it didn't help a bit. But I should have more room to push stuff in. We can do it without. Okay. Okay, this thing's getting on my nerves now. Yeah, the wire is glued to the wires naturally. Okay, I think I'm just gonna glue that thing in there. Got plenty of wiggle room on there. I'm surprised at that. Yeah. Okay, get that thing out of the way, maybe it'll... Okay, so it's going to look like this. I've lost the tool that I want to use. I lost my second. Okay. Okay. There's down in there. Okay. Alright. There we go. Let's say I'm going to have to put a strip of glue on the top of the jar, I think, to hold it in place. But let's see how we look without lights. Okay. That does look pretty good. Just don't look at the back. Even though that's maybe from the side it's okay. Definitely the front's where it's at. Like I say, a little glue it like that, and it looks like the column's coming down there. Yeah. I'm pleased with the appearance, at least. From this side, I like how the blue lights sort of go up in the windows there. I think that looks cool. The glow from underneath is nice. It may not be showing as well on the camera because of the yellow one up there. But like I say, that switch works good. I think I've gone long enough tonight, and like I say, as you could tell by my, let's see, get this out of the way. I think that's an extraneous piece. We don't need that. So don't even bother trying to put that back door piece in. And then just, like I said, when you put it on the shelf, put it on that way so nobody can ever see the back. That'd be my recommendation. All right. Like I said, I'm going to call it quits there today, folks. We've still got more to do than I thought we would. That's not quite through page 15, but it's essentially through 15. There's like one more little thing to do that's on 15, but I think it goes better with 16. But anyways, like always, everybody, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Bye. I can't find my button. There it is. Now bye.